the South African taxi industry, along with the transport training sector, in collaboration with various different law agencies, have come together on a revolutionary campaign in Gauteng. One of the main concerns that we have on the road is road safety, along with the fatalities. And in a bid to curb that, we here in Honeydew this morning, where this campaign Tlokomela has been launched here in partnership with various different stakeholders. But before I introduce the project, I want to bring in the MEC for Transport. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's start with the project that we're here to launch this morning. Can you tell me more about it and how it will play a part in bringing down the number of road fatalities that we see in Gauteng roads?
Thank you very much. This is an initiative by Santaco Gauteng, which is part of our stakeholders within the Gauteng taxi industry. And they have partnered with TETA. TETA is a SETA within transport. It's also part of government. So this is as a result of road fatalities. And if you listened to Ntate Magagula earlier when he was speaking, he took us back to historical events where taxis will be mocked into coffins with the wheels, and as part of their initiative to make sure that they change, and they came up with this as part of their commitment to road safety in our province. So Tlokomela is a road safety campaign by Santaco, and it's supported highly by TETA to ensure driver training. And I think as a department we are also going to be giving support broadly to the industry for both associations. I just requested TETA that we need to expand it to also include members of the National Taxi Alliance, so that we train everybody. It's quite important, and we are happy that the numbers of road fatalities involving the taxis have reduced. I think we have heard the minister in December giving feedback on the statistics. We are waiting for the current one for the Easter holidays, and we are happy of this initiatives. That's why you see us here as government to give support and deal with other issues. One other thing that I also requested that we co-fund together with TETA as the Department of Roads and Transport in Gauteng is to assist them with conflict management or dispute resolution. Sometimes going to courts does not resolve what is at stake and the impasse. Legally, yes, the court orders will come, but the social issues will remain, and that's our commitment to assisting the industry to make sure that it's sustainable. It will not be sustainable when it's marred with conflict, marred with guns and people dying within where they operate.
You alluded to, some of the criticism that the taxi industry has faced in the past, being called coffins on the roads. And how is this going to practically work to ensure that those drivers that are ferrying, majority of South Africans every day to and from work, to and from school, that they're doing it in a safe manner?
And that's why as a licensing authority we must really take part. I think you heard one of the questions on the PDPs that are issued to over 60-year-olds who must be on pension, who must taking it easy, not really ferrying people in their numbers. And I think that's what we are going to be doing as a department. Like I said, we are now closely looking into how do we overhaul the whole system? How do we make sure that our licensing as an authority, as and when we give you a driver's license and a PDP, we make sure that you are a professional driver, because PDP is more about professional and public persons driving. So we need to take keen interest, because we are the ones who also get affected as society, but also as government. So there are things that needs to change, in all honesty. And I think you heard me. I'm happy that they're starting to modernize. They're starting to accept that some of the things that they are refusing or disagreeing to do have a great and a negative impact on their own business. So I said to them, you are not a charity organization, you are a business entity, you must be attractive. And the current commuter today really does not really want to be caught up in guns, caught up in a taxi that is not roadworthy, and many other things. And that's why our law enforcement agencies will also be on the road on a daily basis to make sure that we do some work.
MEC, we're coming out of the Easter weekend, and I know that you mentioned that you don't have the official statistics at the moment, but do you have any preliminary reports of how the roads looked like during this Easter weekend, with people leaving the provinces for prayers, for holiday making, and also returning once again?
Thank you. Let me first also pass our condolences to the families that have lost their loved ones. I think the highlight of this weekend was the Botswana 45, and I think we also have lost some few South Africans on different routes. The other issue is the numbers are not going down. And this is because of behavioral patterns or human behavior. I was looking at the preliminary statistics. Men are highly affected, and pedestrians are the biggest contributors, and alcohol played a role. And I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, but I think this is the discussion that a society must have. And in strengthening our laws, in making sure that there's police visibility, there's something that we cannot do. Stop an individual from choosing to drink alcohol. There is a difficulty in a democratic South Africa to can do, because we all have the right to choose and the right to do what we want to do with our lives. But unfortunately, those individuals that decide that they will drink and drive affect all of us. And perhaps maybe it's time we look into strengthening the law and putting a serious legislative strict legislative framework to make sure that we avoid such. And I don't know how are we going to do it. I know that for now we are trying to put breathalyzers, and Stas is telling us that people are continuing to drink and drive, despite the fact that we are emphasizing there's different partners, including liquor traders, are also trying to create awareness, but individuals are continuing to make that decision. And unfortunately, they are affecting us, and I think as a society we need to act on that.
Thank you so much. That is the MEC for Roads and Transport here in Gauteng, speaking to us at the launch of Hlokomela, which is happening this morning at the Honeydew Toyota, launching a revolutionary way for the taxi sector to enforce their own road safety and encourage those drivers that they employ to drive their taxis to do so in a safe manner. This is just one of the campaigns that we'll be following this morning. We are going to go next to another road safety awareness program that will also see the MEC as well as other partners launching things such as vehicle inspections and police visibility on the roads.